how to prepare yourself for visiting your mother in a dementia unit. Say, for example, you've been away for a year and the last month your mother's been admitted to the dementia facility and your sister has phoned you to say that mum's going downhill. So you've come back to visit her and you're feeling anxious. You don't know how to prepare for visiting her. You've never been much for visiting hospitals. You've never liked hospitals and you've certainly never been to a dementia unit. So how to prepare for it? Well, the first thing to do is you need to slow down, really slow down, because dementia residents, if they speak slowly, they walk slowly, they talk slowly, and everything's go slow for them, not for staff, but for them. So you need to slow down to be at their pace, to tune in with them. So having learnt this, or having realised this, you've gone for a big run to calm yourself down and you're all ready, you're in the car, you're on the way to the dementia unit, but still you're feeling you're certainly feeling anxious about it, but at least you've had your run and got that out of your system. So you arrive at the place, which isn't easy to find anyway, because you go to the main entrance of the retirement village and then you find that the dementia unit is way on the outskirts, half a mile away, or not half a mile, but, a long walk to get to the dementia unit. Difficult to find. It's not that easy in terms of directions. Anyway, you finally get there, you go in, dear me, and then you're in the place. You don't need a code to get in, so you can go straight in. Coming out, you need a code, but going in, you can just walk in. So you walk in, and there everyone is. It just looks like 60 elderly grey-haired women sitting in front of the TV, what you dreaded. And you really feel at a bit of a loss to even recognise your mother. So you go up to the nurse's station. Thankfully, there's a friendly nurse there, carer, and you ask, where your mother is, and she directs you to where she is. But you look over and you really can't distinguish who's who. Anyway, she kindly goes over to your mother and says, what happened, she's actually the carer of your mother, so it turned out. So the carer of your mother went over to say, look, your son's arrived from Sydney, you've been looking forward to this. That was a great introduction, and that helped ease the feelings. Anyway, dear mum had been having a sleep, so she was a bit more disorientated than what she usually is. So she woke up, what, what's happening? Oh dear. And then you were clued up enough to know about the eye contact in part. So you bent your knees, eye to eye, and said, look, Mum, it's Matt. I've come to visit you from Sydney. And then she recognises you. Fantastic. Oh, Matt, it's so wonderful to see you. I've been waiting and wanting you to come. Great. Okay, well, that was a big help. That was a positive start to the equation. So you said to her, look, Mum, let's go to your room where it's quiet, because then we can have a nice chat. And you noticed when she was standing up, that was a big effort in itself, standing, let alone walking the 50 metres to her room, which is room 168 at the very end of the corridor. So it takes about 6 minutes to get there. So anyway, you've been an orderly in your university days and you spied a spare wheelchair in the corner. So you grabbed that, put Mum in the wheelchair and wheeled her in a minute fast pace to her room. She loved that. Got in the room, you looked at the room. The room's pretty sparse, you thought. Dear, not much in it really. A bedspread, chair, not any one picture on the wall of the family, but that was it. You thought a bit more could have been done. Oh dear. Anyway, you'll think about that this week while you're visiting for the week. But the main thing is to talk to Mum. Anyway, she's got a nice lounge chair there, her own lounge chair. That's a start, that's a help. So you sit her in that, and then you pivot the lounge chair around so that she can face you. The only place that you've got to sit is on the bed. So you sit on the bed, the corner of the end of the bed, and turn around the chair so Mum's facing you. You sit down, and then automatically, because she's short and sitting, well, you're sitting as well. She's pretty short, but never mind. You just bend a little bit for eye contact. Okay, so that's all set up. So you just say to Mum, she's looking really rather tired because she's just been woken up from a sleep. And it looks like she might be nodding off again, so sadly. So you say, look, Mum, it's Matt here. I've come to visit you from Sydney, so I know you're feeling a bit tired, but just look up and look me in the eyes. Just focus on my eyes, and that will sort of keep you awake. So she does that, and feelings activated, eyes light up automatically. Oh, Matt, I'm sorry. Oh, yes, it's so good to see you. And then you explain that you've been in Sydney and, you know, you're a real estate there and you're so happy to see her, and tuning into the feelings all the way. You're so happy to see her and it's lovely to see her, and, you know, you've been looking forward to seeing her, and it's just all those positive, good, generous, appreciative, loving feelings. Just pour it out for dear Mama, who needs a little bit of a boost with what she's been through. And so she, you know, may well reply, oh, Matt, it's so lovely to see you. I've been through a bit of a hard time. I'm in this place now and, you know, it's a bit difficult. Oh, dear Mother. Oh, look, I know, Mum. Look, I know it's not easy, and I'm sorry I haven't been able to get here before now. Oh, it's such a quandary, isn't it, working overseas and not being able to see you as much as what I'd like to. I'd love to see you every day if I could. Here it is once a year, but I'm going to try and work out if I can get a job transfer and see if I can come and be near you, you know, so we can have more time together. Oh, that'd be lovely, Matt. So anyway, dear Mum, so you communicate with her, you know, you keep the eye contact going. She fills up with the good feelings. She's so happy to see you, so appreciative, and you can just see her warming up. Colour comes back in her cheeks. She's more bright-eyed. She's present. You're present. It's actually good for you as well, because you've been a bit speedy lately with the real estate stuff going on in Sydney. It's a bit much, really. So it takes some doing, slowing down. So it's a really good exercise to sort of get control of your feelings as well, to just tune in to being present, concentrating and focusing on your mother and her needs, which you can do through the eye contact and through concentrating on what it is that she needs and wants, which is the big aim of the exercise. So you say to Mum, look, Mum, I'm here for the week. I've got all week to be here with you. Oh, that's lovely, Matt. I'm so happy about that. So your birthday's on Saturday, so we have to prepare for that. That's one thing. I think would you like some more pictures on your walls? It's looking a bit sort of bland in here. Well, there's not much going on. Yes, I would like some pictures, dear. What sort of pictures would you like? Well, cottage gardens or flowers or something. You know, I've always liked flowers. Well, actually, yes, you do like flowers. We always had a lovely garden at home. You're such a good gardener, especially roses. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll get some nice big framed pictures of flower gardens and cottage gardens and things. We'll get 2 or 3 lovely big pictures, put them on your wall, and I can see you've got a nice view out the window of the garden. Yes, dear, I look at it half the day, actually. I spend a lot of time here looking out at the garden. Oh, well, that's excellent, actually. And maybe we can do some walks in the garden as well, now that I'm here. And we've got this trusty wheelchair, bit rusty, but I'll get some oil and put it on the spokes, and that might help it. Oh, that would be good, dear. Well, there we go. Dear Mama, she's settled. You've arrived. You can breathe easily. You're not as stressed now. You've slowed down, and no doubt for the week you'll need to slow down more to manage everything that's up and coming with the family and the birthday and getting everything organised for Mum. But anyway, we've started. So I've written these 2 books, The Resident's Voice and The Resident's Rise, both from a dementia unit, all about everything in a dementia unit to help dementia residents adjust and manage in dementia facilities. So for those of you who are new on the channel, I'm Pieta Valentine, a former physiotherapist, and I've written these 2 books and doing daily videos on dementia units and everything that needs to be known in terms of all the practical aspects for dementia residents in dementia facilities. So thank you for your support. Please subscribe if you find this channel interesting and hopefully useful for people with dementia that you're caring for. Thank you.